All right, Schlockmeister fans, continuing with the Emmanuelle series, Emmanuelle 5. Let's watch. This movie starts at the Cannes Film Festival.
Judged in competition for the prestigious Golden Palm Award. Every year, of course, is not without its controversy. This year's controversy is entitled The Love Express, the heroine of which is magnificently portrayed by Emmanuelle.
Monique Gabrielle plays Emmanuelle.
Emmanuelle, this is Prince Rajid of Bangladesh.
I'm pleased to meet you.
The pleasure is all mine.
And this is some dictator from some country.
To premiere of your new film in his country.
Well, she runs into a few problems on the street where the paparazzi basically strip her. They end up ripping all of her clothes off. I won't show it to you because I can't, but they end up ripping off her bottoms too. She ends up on this boat for this nerdy guy named Charles Foster.
I saw your film today. Well, most of it anyway.
You didn't like it?
It was well made. I just don't approve of those type of films.
Succulent?
He takes her for some lobster.
Boy, it's hot in here.
She's about to take off her suit coat, but I can't show you that. They end up back on his boat where they consummate. She's now tabloid fodder.
Stripped and chased halfway across the Riviera, naked.
The price is high for being a movie star. No one ever said it was going to be easy.
You sound just like my mother.
She meets up with Phil for a photo session.
Now,
I'll be in town the whole week.
I won't. I've got to go to glamorous Bangladesh. I leave tomorrow.
She eventually completely disrobes here.
Why the hell are you going there?
The prince asked me.
The prince.
Charles finds
I'm a
her.
man of many talents, remember? I'd like to take you to dinner tonight.
Where do we meet?
These are the directions. You're going to have to follow them very carefully.
He's taken by her.
What is it? So quiet all of a sudden.
Why don't you come live with me?
It's a nice offer, but I can't.
I'll give you anything you want.
He warns her about going to visit that prince.
But you're just like everyone else. All you want to do is own me.
I'm trying to help you.
I don't need your help.
Rajid's dangerous.
I've dealt with 1,000 men like Prince Rajid. So where do you get a drink?
So she goes to this country and she runs into this guy named Eddie.
Polish vodka.
Just Eddie.
The best.
He's got some warnings for her too.
If you know what I mean. That beautiful young woman you stare at her is headed for the Raji's harem. One-way ticket to paradise. Not my idea of a dream date. They say he's got about 50 wives stacked.
Somehow she ends up in the same room with this woman who's a virgin.
I was chosen. Chosen? For what?
Every year, a young virgin is taken from my village to become a part of Prince Rajid's harem. They say it is with great honor. I am afraid.
So Emmanuelle fashions a penis out of a washcloth. So this young lady can use it and just to virginize herself and not be eligible to join the harem anymore. Prince Rajid.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Who are they?
The Raji's goon squad.
Eddie is imprisoned. She's taken to the harem.
Oh, and what makes you so smart?
I've lived in the Rajid's harem for many years. I'm proficient in the ways of sadness.
Has anyone ever escaped?
A few have tried.
Of all people, Phil the photographer shows up.
Told them I'd get him on the lifestyle of the rich and famous. I can go anywhere I want. Except the harem. I'll figure something out. We'll do lunch, okay?
Phil finds his way into the harem.
Who is that? Phil.
Can't show you much of this. Phil helps him escape. Outside in the jungle, Emmanuelle and Phil decide to consummate the escape. Because why not? Rajid's army's not giving up without a fight, though, and there's a lot of gunplay. Even the ladies got some. And even Emmanuelle. Eddie finds a shack that they can hide in. I have no idea what happened to Phil.
Did you do all this just for money?
I love the action.
Well, apparently Eddie is in cahoots with Charles, who arranged to have this shack of theirs, this house, taken away by a helicopter. But Eddie ain't gonna make it. But the house is going. Back to Charles's place.
Charles Foster, I shall have you arrested for kidnapping.
Kidnapping? I saved your life.
They consummate the rescue. They celebrate by taking a ride in one of his planes, a plane that hasn't ever flown before. Drinking and flying. Sex and flying. What could happen? Well, the plane sputters. Emmanuelle jumps out with a parachute. Very little drama because seconds later we see that Foster survived. And that's our movie. All right, let's talk about Emmanuelle 5. Continue with my Emmanuelle reviews. Monique Gabrielle this time. It's an interesting quote here. Emmanuelle 5 has the sexiest women in the world, starring in a great story with a steamy climax. By far the best of the series, says Richard Pleger of Cinema Magazine. Wow. So anyway, this is the first Emmanuelle movie that did not feature Sylvia Crystal in it. Monique Gabrielle, Penthouse Pet, takes over the role. Now, I taped this off of cable, and I'm pretty sure my version is longer than this DVD. This thing clocks in at 73 minutes. Apparently that's 11 minutes shorter than the actual running time of the movie. They cut a lot of steamy stuff. I actually have a bootleg VHS copy also, which came from France, that had some hardcore scenes in it as well. So this movie had it all. But anyway, the ridiculous plot here is Monique Gabrielle, she plays Emmanuelle. She's an actress, and she starred in some movie that's at the Cannes Film Festival. And while she's at the film festival, she gets groped and prodded in the streets, and her clothes get stripped off of her by all the photographers and paparazzi. And she ends up jumping on this boat to escape, and the boat belongs to this guy named Charles Foster, who was like the richest man in the world, or his father was anyway. And she's naked, and he's going to Saint-Tropez, so she says, okay, I'll go along with you. They have a brief encounter on the boat. They go have some lobster. She is set to go and have her premiere, or one of her film premieres, in some country called Uzbekistan or something like that. It's a non-existent place, ruled by this guy named Rajid. Well, people warn her, don't go there, but she goes anyway. And the next thing you know, Rajid's bodyguards and everything else, and his goon squad, capture her and throw her into this harem that she has there. She's able to escape, though, with the help of Phil, the photographer, who somehow got permission to be on the grounds as long as he doesn't go into the harem, although he does sneak into the harem at one point. And this guy that she meets there, some mercenary named Eddie. Just Eddie. In fact, they even say that in the movie, just Eddie. Eddie and Phil help all the other harem girls escape. And there's a big shootout with guns and everything. Emmanuelle is shooting her gun as well. And then they get to this little like cabin or something. And I guess Eddie has been in contact with Phil. I'm not Phil. I mean In fact, whatever happened to Phil? Did he die in the dungeon or in the jungle? I don't know. But anyway, he's been in contact with Charles, I think. Charles arranged for a helicopter to come and pick up this cabin and take it away. Eddie, just Eddie, is on top of the cabin, and he gets shot and falls off, and I guess he dies. We don't really see what happened to him, but the cabin was whisked away by the helicopter with Emmanuelle on board, and then Emmanuelle goes back to Charles. They have sex, and then Emmanuelle says, "We need to take off in this airplane that you have." He's got he builds planes, I guess, or something. Anyway, they take off in this plane, and the plane has never flown before, and ultimately it's going to crash. So Emmanuelle jumps off the parachute. The plane crashes, but apparently Charles jumped out just in time too. They meet on the desert ground and they hug, and that's our movie. So anyway, just a totally different vein than the other Emmanuelle movies, especially the first three. The 4 was kind of a darker type film, kind of weird also. This one's just a crazy, ridiculous late 80s action erotic drama type of thing, something that you'd see like Andy Sedaris put out. That's what it seems like here. Monique Gabrielle is beautiful to look at. She has several nude scenes in this movie, full frontal. There's a bunch of harem girls who are naked. If you look at IMDb, most of this cast don't even have like real names, or at least second names. They all have like first names, and that's it. It's strange. And even the guy who plays Eddie isn't even listed in the credits, or in Phil isn't either. But there is another guy named Eric, who I don't know who that was. Maybe that was Eddie. I don't know. But Charles is listed, and so is Emmanuelle. But yeah, I don't know. Just a weird underground film that really no one's ever gonna know who even did this. The director was named Valerian Barrow. I don't know how you pronounce that name, but he did a lot of exploitation type films, and they got him to do this one. So anyway, that is Emmanuelle 5. Emmanuelle 6 will be coming up next, and that one starred a different actress also, Natalie Uher or something like that is her name. But anyway, it's an okay film. I'm curious if there's a complete DVD version of this out there. I'm not sure, but anyway, you can get this one too. Check it out. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think about Emmanuelle 5. Watch it. Bye.